cabin ambient sound, the constant hum of the engines, soft, muffled conversations, the clinking of glasses being served. In the background, soft, almost hypnotic music creates a sense of peace and routine. Visuals: the camera slowly moves down the plane's aisle. Serene faces, passengers reading, sleeping, looking out the window. The light is soft, golden, reflecting the sunset streaming in through the small windows. Atmospheric details: close-up of the digital display showing altitude 11,000 meters. A flight attendant smiles politely as she adjusts a blanket over a passenger. The sound of seatbelts being buckled blends with the calm breathing of the springs, suggested visual effect. Very slow zoom in on the protagonist's face, a calm, pensive look. The sound of the engine begins, almost imperceptibly, to increase in pitch. A slight but growing vibration. Final scene transition: the calm music fades out, replaced by a faint static hiss, as if the air inside the cabin is changing. A final shot of the sky outside, completely calm, before everything changes. The onset of turbulence. Abrupt cut to ambient sound, close-up of the glass shaking on the tray. Sound: light knocking plus vibration of the plane, low and increasing. Calm but suspicious voice of the attendant, one shake. Okay, another, okay, happens. But the third one already seems like an aerial exorcism. In a quick cut, visual humor. It shows the passenger holding the armrest with a look of, "This is normal, right?" Sound: slight hiss plus engine noise increasing. Attendant with an ironic tone: it's at this moment that the crew's brains go into theatrical survival mode. Comic cut. Flight attendant, close-up flight attendant trying to smile as the beverage cart threatens to rebel. Metallic sound of cans shaking, glasses rattling. A smile on her face, despair in her soul. She holds the cart like a medieval shield. And each soda a grenade about to explode. A mix of light suspense plus pizzicato violins, elegant humor, dynamic cut, camera shakes slightly, turbulence. Passengers exchange glances, some pray, others pretend to be calm. The attendant's voice in the tone of a final joke. It's the beginning of the turbulence. And no one knows if the plane is shaking more than the hearts of those inside. The sound of a beating that slows down. The chaos-growing camera shaking intentionally, zooming in on tense faces. Seatbelts tightening and the wind noise increasing. The pilot tries to remain calm. Everything is under control. Translation: no one has any idea what's going on. Passenger praying. Another filming with his cell phone. A child smiling as if it were a joyride. In the back, a passenger begins to pray in Latin. Another records a story with a dog filter. Priorities: a close-up of the crew members. Faces exchanging glances. The crew members look at each other in silence, as if to say, "If I get through this, I'll never complain about the traffic again." Tension builds, light drums play, and strings rise. The ultimate absurd camera, shaking violently, plus deep sound of distant thunder. Objects falling, voices muffled. The plane looks like a roller coaster designed by a Marvel villain. One of the crew members swears he saw a glass float. Another thinks the plane is dancing funk music. A mix of suspense and humor, dramatic sounds, plus a soft funk beat in the background. Dry humor and at the height of the turbulence. The pilot utters the legendary phrase, "Passengers, remain calm." "Oh yes, of course, I will. I'm only 10,000 meters above the ground in a flying metal blender." Quick shot on the narrator's face or symbolic image of the plane shaking in the sky. Blender sound in the background for 1 second comic effect. The end and total silence gives calm, ethereal music enters. The plane stabilizes. The camera pans smoothly. Passengers breathe a sigh of relief. The plane returns to normal. Everyone pretends nothing happened. Fake smiles, disguised breaths. But inside ... everyone has sworn to change their lives. Pilot's low voice. No one is afraid of dying anymore. Until the next flight. Fade out with the sound of soft engines plus a tense note at the end. Would you trust a plane called Little Turbulence?